Banned characters. You rarely see them, but when you do, you feel like it's deserved. Characters are way too strong, are way too polarizing in their metas, that the community decide to restrict them all together. But not just any character can get banned. There's usually two starting points before discussing a ban. One, how overpowered they are compared to the rest of the roster, like if they had tools other characters don't have. 2. How common you see these characters at top level competition. For example, at a lot of Dragon Ball FighterZ tournaments, top 8s are littered with Labco Android 21, and it's to the point where top players would say you're throwing by not playing her.
Oh.
Those make sense, right? These make sense to you? Good. They should. Now let's talk about Hero, who's neither of those. Let me set up this timeline for you so we can refer back to it later. Hero released as the second FighterZ Pass character after Joker, who was considered to be one of, if not the best character in the game, at least at the time. He has good normals, fast aerials, and the strongest mechanic in the game being Arsene. But never did people consider him to be ban-worthy, despite the character winning top level tournaments for a long while. Despite this though, everyone's attention turned to Hero. In fact, people started talking about a ban before the character even came out. And I promise you this isn't some bait video, okay? I could be talking about that Steven guy, but Hero is more interesting to me because the reason he was almost banned has nothing to do with how strong he is. No, Hero is very slow, has slow aerials and normals, but has one thing that sets him apart from the rest. His menu. This menu gives Hero access to 21 extra moves like Flame Slash, a fast attack that swipes in front of him, or a Kamikaze that does this. And the 4 moves that pop up are mostly random. Mostly. If you want to look up the specifics you can, but they're mostly random. However, this is exactly why people were discussing a ban. His menu and how RNG it is. Right? What? No, that can't be right. Heroes RNG. That's the point of this video, right? People said that Heroes 2 RNG to be legal, and they said like him being invincible. The problem. That's why I thought the video was about. Have it. Is that what we're talking about? Different languages? Language barrier. What is that? What the fuck are you saying? This menu is different under languages? Yeah, no shit. Of course, but oh, I see the issue. That's a stupid top. Whatever. I'll work with it. Whatever. This is so stupid. Okay, sorry. I was having a talk with post-ass I do myself. Apparently Hero is banned for a different reason. Let me show you. Read that. What spell you think that is? Or that one? Let's try this one. I'm gonna guess it's Magic Burst. Oops. I was wrong. Silly me. That sums it up, I think. You get it. While it is true that for like a day, some people were discussing a ban for Hero because his menu RNG, it wouldn't come to pass because, well, it's the stupidest thing ever.
Character's dumb, but I honestly doubt Hero's that good. Mostly just very, and I mean very, silly.
But that's not the point of this video. The point is to discuss a genuine reason why he could be banned. A reason that the Smash community at large has neglected while looking at said menu. The language barrier. Hero's menu gets translated to the language the game is currently in. For example, Hocus Pocus would be Palmpunte in Japanese. Smash is an international esport now, more than it's ever been. Smash Summit 6, a prestigious invitational that invites 16 of the best players, was held in Los Angeles. 9 of the 16 players came from outside of the USA, and 7 of them are from non-English speaking countries. Now, to be fair, most of them understand and can speak English, except 2, Ikola and Proto Banham, 2 of the best Japanese players. They travel to America for tournaments pretty frequently and have no trouble competing at a top level. And when they're at a setup, the language is set to English, which you would naturally think is unfair, but nah. If you think about it, you don't need to be able to understand any language or really read anything in order to play Smash. You could change your language to Japanese like I did, you'd have no problem playing the game. It's Chinese in this gameplay. I just wanted to catch how many people didn't know that. I wanted to catch. You look so stupid right now. You look so dumb. Which is what makes Smash such an amazing esport, because in a way it encourages a level of interaction that a game like Pokemon was built upon. International inclusivity. And you know what? I got just the thing for all this. Check this out. Alright, I'm supposed to explain what you're looking at. This is colorful spell symbols created by Dabsune, Zrksyd, and AshKid848 on Game Banana. It's a collaborative effort made up of 2 different mods, smashed into one clean and simple one. It's a direct solution to the exact problem I have been discussing for I think too long, and it's presented so clearly that I think it's the best way to tackle this issue. The colors and symbols help with identifying the individual spells without having to read them. For colors, red means offensive spells like Sizzle and Kaboom, green is for more tactical or random spells like Whack and Thwack, and blue represents spells that would give you a buff like Oomph, Bounce, Psych Up, Accelerate, ones like those. And the symbols are unique for each and every move, helping you to identify them even further. In fact, these make it even easier to identify them than the colors. Memorizing the symbols might take some time, but I think it's easier than memorizing all 21 spells in every language. Both are decent on their own, but together they make the menu way more easy to read. They help separate each option from another to help with eyesight issues like dyslexia, and makes navigating more lively, even if it's just adding colors and symbols. If you can, I'd recommend you get this mod to download. It's one of the more simple UI mods for Ultimate, but if you like playing Hero like I do, then you'll start to understand the difference this makes. It's generally great. The link will be down below in the description. Hey, and while you're down there, might as well hit the subscribe button. Why not? Do it. I'm not gonna exit again. Oh, you did click it. Okay, I'm gonna continue the video then. Hopefully you can understand how this fixes the whole language barrier thing, or whatever I was talking about. It's not just a fun cosmetic mod, it's an accessibility mod. And with me saying that out loud, I feel like you might be starting to understand me a little bit more. What this whole video is about. Yes, tournaments need this mod. And don't worry, I won't start some weird petition or whatever. Smash has enough of those, but I want you to consider this for a second. Remember what I said about overseas players? Smash is an international esport. It was before and after Hero came out. These players will fight in tournaments against other players from their native region. If one of those native players just so happens to play Hero, the overseas guy is at an objective disadvantage. But if the overseas player plays Hero instead, they're still at an objective disadvantage because they don't know what moves they're pressing, but their opponent does. Without the colorful spells mod, I cannot believe that's still the name. I'd personally say that Hero is grounds for a legitimate ban. Did you actually believe me for a second? Yeah, no, I don't genuinely feel this way. The multiple games have gone through multiple metas while banning anybody. It's seen as a necessary extreme agreed on by the entire community. Banning Brawl Meta Knight? Yeah, sure, whatever. Other fighting games have also banned characters for being broken, so whatever. Banning Hero for a language barrier? Dude, how do you even begin to enforce something like that? The only games I can think of that banned characters for something else other than how broken they are is Soul Calibur 2 and 4 that banned console exclusive characters. For that case, yeah, obviously PS2 owners didn't have matchup experience against Link from Legend of Zelda, duh. This example doesn't really relate well anyway, and it's the best one I can give you. It's an obvious problem, but what can we do about it? Hero never shows up enough at a top level or even at all for any of this to matter. He's straight up irrelevant. He's fun to play, and his gimmicks are hilarious, quite a chuckle, even from my standards. But when competing for money, you're not going to go with the sword character that has inconsistency and randomness. You're going to go with Lucina or Cloud, choices that help you get results consistently and not randomly. The reason he's not banned is because no one plays him enough. Not enough people have run into this extremely specific issue for it to matter at large. And this is why this is so interesting to me. For a game whose top talent represents every single corner of the character selection screen, Heroes is weirdly neglected to the point where a blatant issue that even Nintendo didn't even think of or fixed has gone under everyone's noses. Or maybe no one on earth is fucked to care. Except 3 very generous modders who did see this as an issue. This mod is representative of the most overlooked Smash character in Ultimate. I'm very certain and happy that this video doesn't change anything. Smash will continue to live on and on, years after years after years as an esport, whether you can read what these say or not. Alright, but this one's Crackle/Watch. Damn it! My only advice would be that if you're a tournament organizer and you know an overseas player will have a run-in with a hero player or vice versa, and you don't have to worry about getting a Nintendo letter or the Mario stamp, consider loading up a setup or two with this mod to make things easier on the players. I know this is a extremely tall order, but unless Nintendo rolls out a patch, which they're not going to, and this is the only remedy for this specific issue. And you know, after thinking about all this, I just figured out a solution. After months and months of writing this script, I have finally thought of something at the 11th hour. I think both players should gentlemen to a language they both don't understand. Good night, y'all.